Hi everyone, this is Subasri, Assistant Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering from SNS College of Technology. Today I am just going to share you about the lecture series on computational thinking and Python programming. So I'm just going to cover the topics like data types, expressions and statements. In our today's session, we'll just see about the Python interpreter and interactive mode. So already in few lecture series we have seen already that we have seen what is about the program and what is a programming language. That is the recap of the session. And moving on to the starting of the session, we need to know what is the basic programming instructions, right? So the basic programming instructions, which will have your input, output, your math function, your conditional execution and repetition, right? Input is something that will get the data from the user through the keyboard or any other devices. Output is the result which we are getting, which will be displayed on the monitor or the screen which we have. And math function, which will helps you to perform the basic mathematical operations like addition, multiplications and all. And the conditional execution, which will help you to check the what conditions you have, like for loop maybe, or it may be a another any other looping conditions that we can check with the help of the conditional execution. And the repetition functions like recursion, we can use the looping conditions for the repetition functions that we'll see in the upcoming slides. And first thing, we need to know how and what we are going to search, right? For example, if you are going to search computer science in uh, Tamil translator, we need to know the particular word which we are going to search and which we are going to translate, right? So that this is how the input and the processing output will be getting. So first of all, we need to know what a compiler is. Compiler, which helps you to compile your program or source of code into an object code. Object code is something like machine understandable code. You will just convert your machine readable. I mean, you will just give the code in a sequence that will be converted into machine readable language in the unit called central processing unit, and you'll get the output, right? This is the basic thing we'll do. That is the source code which will be given to the compiler, and the compiler which will process the process it into the machine code. If it has any error, it will just throw the error sequence which we have. After that, if it doesn't have any error, it will replay the output, or if it has the error condition, we will just source code once again. So this is what is happening inside. So if you are here, we have given an example. If you are giving an programming code inside the compiler, just with the print condition, we're just going to print the particular word called code for win. Once it is given inside the compiler, automatically what it will just convert it into the machine readable language, that is your binary code, zeros and ones. So we have seen what a compiler is. Then moving on to next topic, like interpreter. What an interpreter is. So interpreter is directly which helps you to execute the instructions of the programming languages. It may be high level programming or low level programming languages that which will convert the object code or machine code inside. So that is the work of an interpreter which is going to do. That is the source code which is given inside an interpreter, and it will be converted into an executable code, like it will convert into an machine language. After that, the data will be processed. So the next instructions will be given inside after the data is being processed. So compiler and interpreter block diagram is given here. Already we have discussed this. That is the source code which will be given inside the compiler and will convert it into an object code, and it is given to an executor, and you will get the output in the compiler. In the interpreter, directly the source code which is taken and executed, and which is given as an output inside. Here a simple example is given. First, interpreter which helps you to read single line of code, and if it is an compiler, it will automatically take all the line of code and inside the computer, and it will just run it into a sequence. So this is what a difference between a compiler and interpreter is. So compiler, interpreter, single line of code is being executed. In the compiler, it will just execute together as a set of code. So next thing is your debugger. Debugger, which helps the programmer to debug the what target program or test case which we have, and what